Okay, here we are, Matthew Russell Lee, Inner City Press, here at the Southern District of New York Courthouse. It's Thursday, August 8th, 2024. First we'll do the Trump. We have something to say about anti-SLAPP suits, but on the Trump docket, we're very much waiting for tomorrow's joint filing or separate filings on how to proceed in the Judge Chutkan case in DC. Will it be the mini trial that some are wanting to actually lay the evidence out there during the election campaign, or will it be on the papers? The SLAPP suit that I'm going to discuss was actually done on the papers, and it was resolved yesterday. Drum roll. Speaking of trials, here in SCNY, we're doing our best to cover that what was supposed to be a 4-day hearing in FuboTV versus Disney, Fox, and Time Warner. It's about sports programming, packaging, and the fat pack and the skinny pack. Looks like it's going to go more than 4 days. Yesterday, it arose that there was a DirecTV is said it supports Fubo's position. This is a big corporate case, but they didn't want to actually send their witness to get cross-examined. Well, the Judge Garnett has said, where is he? Is he in Tahiti watching the Olympics surfing? That's where the Paris Olympics surfing is being done, is on Tahiti. Anyway, she wanted an update of when he can be back in New York, if she orders him to be back in New York. So we'll be covering that. Now, the SLAPP thing, I'm gonna even now do this. Not cautiously. I'm going to try to focus on the policy rather than the individuals. There was a case here in SDNY that, like many other cases I covered, I went to cover a possible remand proceeding, and I reported, as I do every day, on it. After the fact, and the individual being sentenced, a defamation suit was filed for the reporting on the proceeding, and it looks. I reported what I saw. But the problem was that the transcript had become sealed, even though it was in open court. It was just sort of. So we moved to unseal it, and it was unsealed, and filed a anti-SLAPP suit, and much praise. You can find all of this online. I've praised everyone that helped, and they did help. And yesterday, the decision came down granting the anti-strike motion. So various people congratulated me and said, that's great. What a vindication of freedom of the press. But what I want to say is not to look at anti-SLAPP is better. The entity of anti-SLAPP is that when people file a defamation case that didn't have any basis, they have to pay attorney's fees. It's supposed to discourage them. But one, with some defendants, it may not do so. And number two, that's not really enough. Such cases throw a pall over reporting, which is basically going into courtrooms and reporting what takes place in them, whether somebody after the fact decides to seal it or not. In this case, it worked out, but reforms are needed, and watch this space. We're going to be raising that more. Now, not sealed, but not covered by anyone else. We went yesterday to the Harvey versus Sierra Leone case, in which the Sierra Leone mission on 49th Street, holes in the roof, rats inside. Sierra Leone didn't even come. That's how arrogant they are. They hired a lawyer, they stopped paying, because the State Department said they're totally immune and inviolable. No one can go into their building to fix these terrible problems. The judge has said that they're in default and has referred it to a magistrate judge for damages. But when push comes to shove, probably the State Department will say they don't have to pay any damages either. So it's a case of total impunity, and it's a smaller example. We can see it in the UNRWA case. We can see it in the UN being able to have the press thrown out and no recourse, even when and big firms can't even find a way to sue them. I say it has to be done. I say impunity must end, and to that we're going to devote going forward, including anti-SLAPP expansion and freedom of the press going forward. Okay, we're going to go in to catch this whole, if we can, if it's not sealed, Fubo versus Disney. Inner City Press, to be continued.